Hey there, I'm author and dating coach Rick Soetebier. And if you're watching this video, chances are you're standing at the edge of something that feels both exciting and terrifying. Dating after divorce. Here's the truth. Dating after divorce isn't just about finding a new partner. It's about rediscovering who you are now, what you truly want, and creating the love life you actually deserve, not just settling for what's available. I've been coaching people through this exact journey for over a decade, and I can tell you this. The fear you're feeling, that's normal. The uncertainty, expected. But the possibility of finding deeper, more meaningful love than you've ever experienced, that's absolutely real too. So let's talk about how to navigate these new waters with confidence and clarity. And yes, even excitement. Before you even think about downloading that dating app or saying yes to that blind date set up by well-meaning friends, we need to talk about foundation. And foundation starts with one crucial question. What do you actually want in your next relationship? I know. You might be thinking, Rick, I just want someone who won't hurt me like my ex did. But that's not foundation. That's fear. And fear is a terrible relationship GPS. Here's what I want you to do. Take out a piece of paper. Yes, let's actually do this. And write down your must-haves. These are the non-negotiable qualities, values, and characteristics you need in a partner. Not what your friends think you need, not what society says you should want, but what you need to feel fulfilled, respected, and loved. There's no magic number here. I've worked with clients who have 5 must-haves and others who have 50 plus. My personal list of items has 32 on it. The key is being honest about what truly matters to you. Maybe it's someone who shares your spiritual beliefs, someone who's financially responsible, or someone who values family time. Whatever it is, write it down. Now here's where most people go wrong. They create a massive deal breaker list. Most people know more about what they don't want than what they do want, especially right after being divorced. Don't do this. Keep your deal breakers to no more than 5 or 6 items. These should be absolute relationship killers, things like addiction, dishonesty, or incompatible life goals. Why limit deal breakers? Because I want you to focus on what you do want, not building walls around what you don't. The goal is to attract the right person, not eliminate everyone who might have a minor flaw. This clarity becomes your North Star. Every person you meet, every date you go on, every relationship decision you make should be measured against these standards. Not in a cold, clinical way, but with the understanding that you deserve someone who meets your core needs. Now, as you're thinking about what you want in a relationship, I want you to consider what I call the 4 cornerstones of great relationships: an intellectual, a spiritual, emotional, and physical connection. These aren't just nice to haves. They're the foundation of lasting love. An intellectual connection means you can have stimulating conversations, you respect each other's minds, and you're curious about each other's thoughts and ideas. You'll likely share common morals and values. The spiritual connection means you need to be on the same page about religion and faith. Christian with Christian, Jew with Jew, Buddhist with Buddhist, atheist with atheist. I know this might sound limiting, but my experience and research consistently show that when partners have different faiths, they unintentionally create roadblocks in their relationship, especially when it comes to major life decisions, raising children, or navigating life's challenges. Emotional connection is about feeling safe, understood, and supported by your partner. And a physical connection encompasses not just attraction and intimacy, but also feeling comfortable in the physical space together. As you create your must-have list, think about these 4 areas. What do you need in each cornerstone to feel fully fulfilled? Because here's the thing. You can have 3 out of 4 and still feel like something's missing. Great relationships need all four cornerstones to be strong. All right, now that you have clarity on what you want, let's talk about actually meeting people. And yes, that probably means online dating. But don't panic. Online dating platforms start with the mainstream apps: Bumble, Hinge, Match.com. Each has a slightly different vibe. Hinge tends to attract people looking for serious relationships. Bumble puts women in control of initial contact, and Match has been around forever for a reason. It works. Your profile needs to reflect who you are now, not who you were in your marriage. Use recent photos that show your personality. Write a bio that's honest about your stage of life. Don't hide that you're divorced. Own it. You've got life experience. You know what you want, and that's attractive to the right person. Here's something crucial. Your first few dates don't have to be dates at all. Start with coffee meetups, lunch dates, or group activities. Think of it as getting your dating legs back under you. You're not trying to find your soulmate on day one. You're remembering how to connect with new people. The goal in these early interactions is simple. Practice being yourself. Practice conversation. Practice seeing if there's any spark or connection. No pressure, no expectations beyond seeing if you enjoy this person's company. Managing expectations. Let's be real about something. Dating after divorce is different than dating in your 20s. You might have kids to consider, established routines, and frankly, less patience for games. That's not a flaw, that's an asset. You know what you want, and you're not interested in wasting time on people who don't align with your values. But here's where I see people get stuck. They expect every interaction to be perfect, every date to lead somewhere. That's too much pressure. Give yourself permission to date without the weight of forever hanging over every conversation. Speaking of expectations and pressure, I see the same mistakes over and over again. Mistakes that keep amazing people single longer than they need to be. That's why I created a free guide called The 5 Biggest Dating and Relationship Mistakes and How to Avoid Them. If you're serious about not just dating, but dating successfully, grab this guide. It covers the critical errors that sabotage even the most well-intentioned people, and more importantly, exactly how to avoid them. You can download it by using the link in the description below. Now, let's talk about boundaries. And this goes way beyond just your must-have and deal-breaker lists, though those are your foundation. Boundaries in dating after divorce mean being crystal clear about your communication style, your availability, and your pace. Maybe you can only date on weekends because of your kids or grandkids. Maybe you need someone who's comfortable with texting throughout the day, or maybe you prefer phone calls. None of these preferences are right or wrong. They're yours, and the right person will respect them. Here's what healthy boundary setting looks like. I really enjoy our conversations, and I want you to know that I typically only date on weekends when my grandkids are with their parents. Or, I'm looking for something serious, so I want to be upfront that I'm not interested in casual dating. The beauty of this approach is that it actually makes dating easier, not harder. You're giving people a roadmap to how to connect with you successfully. The people who can't or won't respect your boundaries aren't your people anyway. Remember those 4 cornerstones I mentioned? Intellectual, spiritual, emotional, and physical connections? Use these as checkpoints. Are you connecting on these levels? Are your boundaries being respected in each area? A healthy relationship needs all 4 cornerstones to be strong. Here's something that might surprise you. Dating after divorce can actually lead to deeper, more fulfilling relationships than you had in your younger years. Why? Because you know yourself better. You've learned what works and what doesn't. You're not trying to fit into someone else's idea of who you should be. When you meet someone new, You're not just looking for chemistry, though that matters too. You're looking for someone who enhances the life you've already built, not someone you need to rebuild your life around. Pay attention to how they handle conflict. Notice if they're curious about your perspective or defensive about theirs. Watch how they treat service workers, their family, their ex-spouse. These small moments tell you everything about their character. And here's something crucial. Be patient with the process. The right person for this stage of life might not look like what you expected. They might be different from your ex-spouse in wonderful ways you hadn't considered. Stay open to possibilities while holding firm to your standards. Dating after divorce isn't about finding someone to complete you. You're already complete. It's about finding someone to complement and enhance the amazing life you're building. Someone who sees your strengths, appreciates your journey, and is excited to create new adventures with you. Yes, it takes courage to put yourself out there again. Yes, there will be awkward first dates and people who aren't right for you, but there will also be moments of connection, laughter, and growing realization that your best relationship days aren't behind you. They're ahead of you. Remember, you survived a divorce, you're building a new life, and you have the wisdom that comes from experience. You're not the same person who got married 20, 30, or even 40 years ago, and that's a good thing. You're better. Take your time, trust your instincts, and remember that the right person for you is out there, probably being just as brave as you are. Now, if this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe for more dating and relationship advice, and share it with a friend who can benefit from it. I'll see you in the next video. Now go out there and create the love story you deserve.